What's going on, people? We are gonna do an oil change, fuel filter change, and air filter change on my APU. I've never done one of these before. Quick information: according to what I find on Thermo King's website, you're gonna do 6.5 quarts of oil. I've seen other videos on YouTube because I did do some research, because I don't like to go into anything completely blind, just in case. You never know. So what I did, according to Thermo King's website, they recommend a synthetic 15W40, which is what I have here. It's got the Shell Rotella, diesel engine oil. It's got all the good stuff a growing diesel engine needs. And this is a closed loop coolant system, which means it's not tapped into the truck's coolant system. So this, according to, again, Thermo King's website, should only take 2.75 quarts of coolant. And I bought this Prestone. According to the information on the back, it's compatible, and it's in compliance with their numbers that they have. So yeah, that's what we have. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you where I'm starting at, and then we'll keep going with this, and hopefully it turns out to be a good video. I doubt it. Alright, so again, there's the oil, coolant. I did stop and buy, it says gasoline, but that's not gasoline, that is diesel. I bought $1 worth of diesel because you want to fill the fuel filter up. You don't want to put in a dry fuel filter in these systems and then try to let it start itself, because it's just not going to happen. Let's see. There we go. There's fuel filter. That's the filter, the blue thing. That's the filter that goes under the bunk. So that makes this the oil filter. Sorry about all this. A pain in the butt. I need a tripod and a regular freaking camera is what I need. Alright, this says it's the oil filter. So go there, and then air filter. It even says it right on the top. Air filter. Ta-da! Went ahead and bought the rubber expando set, strap wrench, oil wrench set. Hold on, let me throw some paper so I don't go blowing all over the yard. And then I bought the can, and I needed one of these anyway because it's just easier to work with something like that to fill up oil. So where we're at right now is step 1, which is to open this, reach right in there and turn that off. Now I've had it monitoring the batteries because I don't really have anything on in my truck. Ozark puts this handy little switch in so that you can put it in standby without having to jump through hoops. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this cover off, that cover off, and then we'll see what we got, and I'll come back to you. Stay tuned, hang on. Alright, so we have the covers off. I'm going to show you that, and then we're going to go down and get the oil drained. Let me flip this around again, and then we'll keep going. Sounds like an idea. Alright, so here's what we got. That silvery thing right there went there. Had two 3/4 bolts and a 7/16 nut, and then the bottom cover had 2 7/16 bolts, and then it just has this little lip right here. It's kind of rotted. It's got a slot under there it slides into. So let me climb under here. This is a pretty big bolt that goes in this oil pan. And yeah, I do have a tarp I carry in the truck. But you can see that's what we're gonna knock out of there and get that at least done. There's the alternator. And this is a project I'm gonna do here this winter. This has to go bye-bye. You probably can't see it because I'm right on top of it. That's the AC compressor. The clutch in it's kind of messy. Yeah, when it engages, it kind of wants to lug everything down, and you can see it's oily back there. Probably leaks going on. I mean, it blows cold air, but it is an issue. This is 225 bucks, and of course you gotta vacuum it down and recharge it, and I'll probably have somebody do that. I am not sure what this plug went to. I don't know anything about these systems. I don't know if that's from the factory like that and just looped to bypass something. That I don't know. I'd have to have a wiring diagram to this thing, and I don't have that. So that's where we're at. Let's get this oil drained. Alrighty. Why they'd use a 3/4. Man, that's a lot of plug for an APU. But you know, what it is what it is. Oh boy, oh boy, gonna need more oomph than this. God, I know this shouldn't need to be said, but when you're putting an oil drain plug in a pan, that pan is only so thick. You don't have to torque this. It's not a lug nut. My God, man. Baby Huey must have put that on there. Plus, it probably hasn't been off here forever and a day. And see, now I'm getting oil on my hands. That's very disappointing. It's got a spot that says oil drain plug storage. You'd think it had a magnet on it, you know, but it don't. So how's it going to store? Now it's covered with oil. It's kind of dumb. Oh well, what are you going to do? What are you gonna do? Ooh, that's bad. Here, let me try a little bit. Yeah, this is not good. This is very, very, very old. Very old. I got camera assistance because, you know, I'm poor and all I have is a camera phone. My wife won't buy me the nice GoPro Hero that I want. Don't tell her though, I said that. Alright, we're going to pull the oil filter off this thing. I want to make sure this is, you know, tight. So, we're gonna pull it right back here in case a little bit comes off of there. Oh man, I got oil on me. This, somebody help me. All right, so I got this. Never used one of these little handy dandy things before. Got me to thinking I should have just went in there and got a belt out of my closet that I never wear. Could have used it. It is. But the other problem is, oh, this just really reeks of quality. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this really says you really spent your money well. That's what this is saying. Oh my gosh, it moved like half a quarter. Oh yeah, this is horrible. Look at this.
Hey, it's moving.
Yeah, that's moving. Oh, look at there. Oh, can't get it back. Oh shit. Oh.
It worked.
This is not a sponsor, nor at this point would I allow them to be. That's horrible. That was a complete waste of money. You know, that's the way we roll. Why not? Look good in the package. It's got a pretty yellow color to it. And it matched the coolant jug. So, I mean, it seemed like a logical purchase. I'm going to get my gloves now. Not a sponsor. Love's has a deal. If you buy 2 packs of 3, you get $6 off the total. Since I use these a lot, sound like a good plan.
And if you buy 3 packs, you get a free hat.
Yeah, if you buy 3 packs, you get a really cool Love's hat. Again, not a sponsor. But I'm questioning this filter on here, because it is not, whatever this thing is, Baldwin filters. Ooh, that's nasty. Look, that's pretty. But all we got to do is make sure this filter matches this APU. My guess was, being a 2014 trunk. Did I just say trunk? Yeah, being a 2014 trunk. I'm gonna guess these filters will work right, because I ordered filters for about that year model APU. Since there ain't a lot of differences in them till you get to the older model, I'm hoping that what's the company that owned this thing? Ozark. I'm really hoping that they didn't just recycle an old APU from something else on here. But you know, these mega freight carriers, who knows? I'm sure it's fine. So what we want to do, we're going to check, make sure the gaskets line up, which they do. We're well on our way to a better day. So we're going to take a little bit of this old, yeah, there's no viscosity left in that. I'm going to put that on there. That's old. That's like 2015 vintage. Oh, that's horrible. That is not good. I'm sure it's fine. So let's look. Yeah. Let's stick this little bad boy on here. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You blow up a APU and spend a few thousand if you need another one, or, you know, it's just money. You can't take it with you, people. Stop trying to act like you're taking it with you. Now, you might be able to take it with you. think when I die, I'm going to have my wife write me a check, throw it in the coffin with me before they close it up. That way I can at least think I'm taking it with me. I don't know if I'll be able to cash it where I'm going. But, you know, then again, yeah, I might be able to. Who knows? Who knows? So, unlike most people, coming from an automotive background, tighten it by hand. Don't use a wrench to tighten these things. You can break this little ring and create yourself a nice headache with an oil leak. Once I start it, I will look to see if I'm actually leaking anything, and then I'll tighten it a little more. Yeah, you don't have to over tighten. It doesn't work that way, people. It doesn't work that way. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the drain plug back in, and then we're gonna put some oil in it. 6.5 quarts what it called for. I'm gonna put about 5 quarts in it, and then once we start it and run it, then I'll check the oil. According to the information I received, from this bottom line to this full line is a 1.5 quarts. That's Thermo King's information. So, yeah. And when we get to draining the coolant, that's even more interesting, because I couldn't find any information about where the drain plug is on this thing, but I think I found it. Yay me. All right, we're back. Oh, this is just, I'm too old.
I was just going to say, what an old man.
I'm just too old. Damn it. Rag up there, please. I'm a truck driver, damn it. I started driving a truck to be lazy. This is bullshit. Just bring it on real quick. Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Are we rolling? You didn't tell me?
Mm-hmm.
What if I started dancing, looking like an idiot? People would have been laughing.
You'll be all right.
It would have been most embarrassing. Okay, so let's pull this out here. And these tarps are cheap at Harbor Freight. It's good to have one. You never know. You might get caught out on the road somewhere. Last thing you want to do is lay in gravel. I buy it. I got it. If I need to lay down under the truck. Ta-da. Alright, so we're going to put this high quality, whoever the hell makes it, filter right here. Let it drain some more. Now there is something, very important information from Thermo King. You have 2 drain fills in this thing, or 2 oil filled drain fills. How do you drain and fill? What's a drain fill? Please write in the comments what a drain fill is. New word. Anyway, you have 2 oil fill ports on these engines. I don't know why, because they tell you not to ever use this one. So why put it there? That's kind of dumb, because most people, not knowing, their first instinct is go for the top. But no, here it is down here. Yeah. And of course, Baby Huey put this on too, because that's the way we do things. So we'll grab the old nicey gloves. Again, $6 off at Love's. Three packages for a nice little pretty hat. All right, I'm gonna grab. Pretty sure I bought these at Love's too, a long time ago. For what, I can't remember at this point. Be very careful. This is plastic. That took a lot. No. Screw this handy dandy. You notice this thing is dirty, so I need to try to drag a hose over here spray this thing off because a dirty engine runs hot. Look at the O-ring, like you know what you're looking at. Yeah, it looks good. Put that there. And now, what I did, I took the poor cheap man's way out. And I'm going to have my handy dandy assistant hold that tab. Just like that. Very good, Vanna, very good. What? No, that's bullshit. Come on, Shell. You couldn't have a little silver foil protector thingy in there? Boy, that's cheap. For the price of this stuff, man, that pisses me off. That really deserves my shit. Alright, so 1 gallon. Careful, honey, it's going to get heavy. 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Right? Right. This is awesome. We'll pour it nice and slow. APUs generally, this one burns a little bit. Surprisingly, the truck doesn't burn any. I put no oil in this thing since I've had it. The black truck from SFI, granted it was new, rings were new. I had to keep topping that thing off. That's kind of interesting. I got 4 in right now. I'm going down to the 3-quart mark on this bottle. That'll put 5 quarts in, and then I'll feel better about myself. Alright, so alright. Let's do a preliminary check and see where we're at. Ta-da. Right now it's saying it's full, but I know that's bullshit because the filter's still empty. So yeah, we're going to leave it there for now, just to make sure. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Now we have the oil. We're going to do fuel filter. Now, fuel filter, you know, there's something on the bottom of this filter I have not seen yet, so I'm not 100% sure what it's for. Yeah, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a drain. I think this filter has a drain on it. So you can drain the filter. Yeah, pretty sure it does. That's interesting. Hold on, let me grab a new rag. Dirty again. Alright, so we're going to take the fill filter off, hopefully. Oh my god. Maybe not. Whew. That bad boy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me with this thing. Don't ever buy one of these strap things. This is garbage. Complete utter garbage. God.
Oh, I see it move.
Now, yeah, but now I gotta. Whew. Yeah, seriously, this Do not waste your money. This was a complete waste of time. I'd have been better off wishing it off.
Yeah, you should see the damage to the filter.
Garbage.
Don't buy one.
Garbage. Alright, so what we want to do is take this filter off, not spill anything more than we got our pan down here just in case. But there's a little diesel. Oh yeah, nice on the belt. Don't do it.
Hey, our buddy's back.
Oh, buddy. Alright, take that out. Hopefully it'll sit right here. No, it won't. Because this filter,
Will it sit on this?
hold on. Here. I'm not reusing this diesel anyway. My suggestion, you can do what you want to do, but I wouldn't reuse old diesel out of this filter. So I'm just going to put in this handy dandy reusable, made specifically for diesel. Alright, so there's that. Set this off to the side. Now they have diesel all over my brand new gloves. All this is just
Yeah, you should have used
I don't know
your
if I
old
can
ones.
I don't know if I can finish now. All right.
Well, we didn't get any diesel on the lawn.
No. But see, this is interesting. I don't know whose filter this is. Let's take a look. Hell, they're whatever. My new diesel gloves. Smells like I cut myself. Yeah, same thing. All right. This is a Donaldson P550834 filter, and it's got this handy dandy thing on the bottom here. And I'll be damned. I'll be shocked and surprised. This has got a drain on it. That's interesting. I feel cheated because my new filter does not have this option. That's disappointing. Oh. Well, the old filter, this does match this here. The one thing I do notice differently, I'm not sure what it does, this filter has a little plastic insert down in there. That's kind of interesting. This does not. Yeah, this is a weird design. Whatever. It's all good, I guess. I did put a little bit of on there, just so it seats. So what we're going to do now is I stop, and I bought a little fresh diesel because I don't want to reuse the old stuff. I have an old filter. That's kind of stupid. And I bought this handy dandy. You know, it wasn't a waste of money. It couldn't have been. Why would anyone do that? It's got a little plunger thing on here. Does have a nice warning. Before use, point in safe direction. Well, that's working out just perfect. There it goes. It's got a pump. Are you kidding me? you want to fill this up. Again, you don't want to put a dry filter in, because you don't want this thing cranking and cranking and cranking trying to prime it. So screw on here. I'm making a complete mess. Alright. That should be fine. Maybe. I don't. Alright, now we're going to replace the air filter. Just 2 clips. I've actually fixed this because that clip was under here. So I had to loosen this. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm going to pull that out of here. And just take that right out the back. Pull the filter out, and yeah, that's bad. That thing probably ain't never been changed.
Looks like it ain't.
That's not good. there's no daylight. Yeah.
Yep, filter's yep.
Oh yeah.
This is Harold's dad.
I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like.
Well, that's a huge difference.
Pretty big difference.
Yeah,
Let's see.
that's nasty. Ooh.
This thing was not breathing at all. I mean, it was gasping for air. It probably ain't never been changed. Whatever. Okay. Just snake this back down. Push it back in here. Take the handy dandy. You weren't even recording. You're fired.
There it was.
Alright. Air filter is on. Now I gotta stick my bolts back in. I had to loosen this because I had this clip under here. Probably explains why nobody bothered with the filter, because that would have took work. And we don't want to do that. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Nobody wants to work for it. Click. 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 Alright, so now we're trying to do the coolant. I could not find, and I've been through Thermo King's manual, information online. Plenty of people tell you how to burp this system, but nobody tells you where the drain plug is. The only thing I can find is down here at the bottom on the block. You got this little 2-screw thing here, and I'm guessing this is where you actually drain coolant out of the block, which is what you'd want to do if you're trying to change it. What do we got here? Yep, that's what I thought. Alright, so it's a 2-part system here. So that's part 1. two. Oh, that's hey, that's not done. That's, I don't know why they do that. All right, so
If anyone knows,
that's
leave
not
the
it
comment below. You know the routine.
the back one is 11/16. Front one's 9/16. Yeah. Well, that's working out spectacularly. That's probably not going to work. It's going to be too long. Oh, look at here. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's supposed to be draining right now. Get that one all the way out.
Yeah, down in it.
Oh, it's got some in it. It might be plugged. We're gonna find out. This might come out of here 90 miles an hour and make a mess everywhere. Yeah, that's not working like it's supposed to.
Man, it's breathing in.
Yeah. So we're gonna let that drain. Loose the radiator cap. Got all kinds of extra flowage. A little too much flowage. Use the cap to moderate it. Yeah, that's nasty. That's been in there a while. That's been in there a long time. Way long. Way too long. So that's the oil you see in there is actually the oil from when I changed the filter that dripped in the pan. But there is a lot of flakes of something in this. It's not metal, just garbage, just old garbage. So yeah, but that's where the drain plug is. Normally, the way these are designed, if they're working properly, it's got this drain plug. You can actually put a hose on there, run it down to your pan. But what it is this stays screwed in. You loosen this and that drains. That didn't work that way. Not sure why. It should have. It sure should have. Unless it's plugged. It doesn't look plugged, so I'm not sure at this point why it didn't do its job. So, not a biggie. Not a biggie.
If you know, leave a comment.
Not a biggie. Ain't nobody gonna know why. How would you know without looking at it? That'd be crazy. Oh, Lord. Click, torque the factory spec, perfect. So I've lost my camera operator, but according to Thermo King, this petcock right here, it's got this hose coming off of it, runs down below, going into the drain pan. I'm going to open this up. take it out as far as we can. What we want to do, I'm not even showing you the pack. That's just crazy. Boy, that's horrible camera operation right there. That's a fireable offense. So we're going to open that up and we're going to fill coolant until coolant starts coming out of that into the drain pan below. So yeah, we'll do that. One thing they say is you should have one of those thermal testers, you know, to point at this bolt right here, because you're looking for a specific temperature to be reached. Yeah, we're gonna ignore that, and just take a big guess at the temperature, because you're supposed to shut it off, let it soak. Oh well, you know, then start it back up, remove the cap, top it off, you know, the normal stuff. So yeah, let me start filling this up until it starts coming out of there. Alright, I didn't show the entire process of that, but basically it's a slow fill because you're basically trying to fill everything up from the lower radiator hose up to get all the air to come up out of the system and out of this petcock area here. So you have to fill it, let it drain down, put some more, down, up, down, and try not to go out the overflow little spigot over there. Don't mind the paper towel. It's just decoration. But anyway, again, right now I'm just letting it go down a little bit more. It should be good to go. I did get coolant out of that little hose right there, so everything should be pretty well done. So now the process is, and yeah, it is green, but it's compatible with all the specifications of the coolant that was in there, and this is a separate system from the truck, so you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Tighten it up, take off that craziness right there, and then basically the step is everything's done. Fuel filter, oil. Got to check that again once we run it for a little bit. But like I said, they want you to run it up to temp, testing the head of that bolt till you get to a certain temp. Stop, let it soak so the thermostat opens up, and then once you do that, restart it and then top it off there. So yeah, we're going to do that part. It's going to be loud, so there ain't no use me trying to film it. And my camera operator, I've lost my camera operator. So I might need all hands on deck because I want to make sure nothing's leaking. So we'll be back when it's all good and go. Alright people, it's the next day. Ran into an issue last night, which I learned something new. But I'm going to flip it around. Hopefully you can hear me. You can probably tell from here that it's running. It took a while to get to that point yesterday. You just don't know what you don't know until you know it, and now I know it. So let me flip it around. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you go around here. Obviously, you can hear it running. Got that squeaky pulley, but that's the AC. That's that AC clutch. I already got the covers back on. It's running pretty good, but it took a while to get there. I ran it a little while last night. I checked the fluids this morning, and yeah. So I'm gonna let it run, let it get nice and toasty, and then shut it off, let it sit, and then I'll recheck my fluids again. So what happened last night, if I can get there. Don't mind the new refrigerator. That's another video. But hold on, I gotta set you down for a second. somewhere. Well, here's under the bunk, right? There's the air box. That's got the evaporator in it. Thermal King. And then this is the brains of the operation right here. Now what happened yesterday was got everything done, went to start it. It tried to start and then died immediately. And then I started getting the engine code on the control panel. So I was trying to research how to resolve that issue. I rechecked all my fluids because I thought, you know, maybe it inadvertently had done an overfill on the oil, or, you know, the coolant level wasn't right. It was seeing something. I even cracked the fuel filter back off of it, trying to determine what was causing the issue, because as soon as I would reset the control panel and the blower would kick on, it would immediately shut back off and I'd get the engine code again. So if you look down there, if I can do this right. Nope, not really. Not to the really. No, that's bad. That's horrible. That's horrible videos. You look up on there, there's a little button right there. A little black knobby button. That's a reset button. On the side of that control box. So what I did was reset that button. It's kind of like a circuit breaker. And then I was able to get it to start. I only had to reset it once, and it fired right up. So when it fired back up, again, I let it run for a little bit, but it was late last night by the time I got that done. I mean, I'd already told you that I wasn't going to film all that because of the noise of the APU. And even now, I mean, to me, it's might be wishful thinking, but I think it's running smoother. I don't feel as much vibration in the truck. I know it's getting good air now. Of course, it's got good oil and coolant, so everything's nice and purty in there. Hopefully that keeps it living longer. But that's pretty much the video. So if you run into the ENG on the control panel of a Thermal King, it'll look like EN9 because they use a smaller case G, and of course you can't use smaller case letters on the control panel, so it looks like a 9. So it's you can call it EN9 or engine code. Check the reset button under the bunk to the brains of the system, and you might be able to reset that and move along with your day. So, but that's the end of the video. I know it's a long video, but you know, it's a long process. It's not something you can do lickety splitty blit. But I appreciate you guys taking time. Be safe. We'll talk to you.